hearts and feel your heartbeats. Keep your hands still and feel your heartbeat. And then tap along. Does everybody feel it? Okay, now stand up. And very quietly, because there's people on the floor beneath us, we're going to kind of march to the beat of your heartbeat together. Ready? Everybody together. So everyone has a good idea of what a beat is now? Okay, you can sit back down. Today we're going to review whole notes and half notes. Does anybody remember how many beats a whole note gets? Anyone? Venus.
2.
Try again.
It gets 4 beats.
4 beats. Does anybody remember how many beats a half note gets? Brittany.
2.
Who wants to come up and draw a half note and a whole note on the board? Scott. Very good. Okay. Today we're going to learn 2 new notes. So I'm actually going to do this the other way so you can see. Sorry. So if a whole note gets 4 beats and a half note gets 2 beats, today we're going to introduce you to the quarter note. Does anybody see a pattern going on here? How many beats do you think a quarter note should get? If a half note gets half as many beats as a whole note, how many beats do you think a quarter note would get? Quarter. 1. Very good. That's quarter note. And the next one we're going to introduce you to is eighth notes. So if a quarter note gets 1 beat, how many beats do you think 1/8 note would get? This one's a little bit trickier. Beats.
1/2.
1/2. So if you put 2 of them together, you're just going to divide them in half, just like everything else. So we're going to clap these together so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. So first, let's clap a whole note together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Okay, now we're going to clap a half note. It gets 2 beats, so let's clap 2 half notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then we're going to clap 4 quarter notes, since each one only gets 1 beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the eighth note's a little bit trickier. We're going to clap 8 eighth notes, since each one only gets a half of a beat. Does that make sense? Let's try it. 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. Okay. So if I do does anyone remember what these lines called that separate your notes? What are these? What is this called? Anybody remember?
A bar line?
It is a bar line. So what is this entire thing called? Chord?
A measure.
A measure. So a measure separates your beats for you. So I'm going to put some very simple rhythms on the board. Does anyone know what a rhythm is, what it means? Anyone? Okay. A rhythm is all your beats put together, and it makes it much easier for you to clap them if you can see them separated by measure. So if we clap this whole thing together by counting the beats like you're supposed to, you're clapping a rhythm. Does that make sense? Okay, let's try to clap this first rhythm all together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Does anyone want to clap it on their own? Avery. 1, 2, 3, 4. put some more rhythms up on the board. And we're going to clap them together as a class. Everyone see that? Okay. Okay, so let's all clap this very first one together. 1, 2, ready, go. Very good, and let's clap the second one together. 1, 2, ready, go. Does anyone want to try one of them by themselves? Okay, Marilyn, which one do you want to do?
Number 2.
Okay. 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. Okay, so I want just this half of the class to clap number 1 together. 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. And I want this half of the class to clap number 2 together. 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. Now I want this half of the class to clap again, but I want you to do number 1. 1, 2, ready, go. And I want this half of the class to clap number 2. 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. Okay. Do I have any more volunteers? Someone who wants to go by themselves? Skylar, which one do you want to do?
Number 2.
Okay.
Because I can read it.
Ready, go. Very good. Okay. Okay. Who wants to be the very first person to clap this last rhythm? Anyone? 1, 2, ready, go. Very good. Anyone else? Okay. Okay, does everyone understand what the rhythm is now? All right, then that's it for